Okay, this is the second version of the level crossing controller I've been working on. Tidied it up a little bit. I've made it a bit more modular as well, so that'll hopefully make it a bit easier to scissor it all up and take it to pieces. Also allows for extra bits and pieces to be added on in the future if needs be. And let's go through the various bits we've got here. We have a couple of ultrasonic proximity sensors. Those are on about 2 meters of cables. They can be set up on the track on the approaches to either side of the level crossing. We've got the main control board there, which has got a Arduino Mini there, a I2C servo control board there. That is a power distributor. Those plugs there are where the proximity sensors plug in. These plugs here will eventually be stuck to the front here. These are where the gate modules plug in, which are these bits here. Again, they've got a decent amount of cable on them, about 2 foot of cable. They've got these 6-pin multiplex plugs on the end. 3 pins go to the servo, and then there's a common ground, and the other 3 pins go to those 3 plugs there, which go to the positives on the 3 flashing LEDs on the flashing LED sign thingy. Yeah, it's late, I don't know what it's called. It's a big board with 3 LEDs in it. There's the orange one which lights up initially when the alarm starts, and then the 2 red flashing LEDs which operate while the gates are lowering and also while the gates are closed, and they stop flashing when the gates open again. Those servos are complete overkill for this. Those are high-tech HS705 metal geared servos. They put out about 15 kilo per centimetre of torque each, so they're complete overkill for lifting up a bit of plastic tube, but I had a couple of them kicking around spare, so I might as well use them for something. They're bolted down to those plastic plates, so if they need replacing, then they're easy to remove. The plastic plates basically will just slide underneath the layout. The waist of the layout should hold them in place. If they don't, well, that's plan B. In time, I'm going to hide the module inside some sort of building. There's a level crossing nearby which has got a substation building and a couple of transformer boxes and stuff like that. I'll probably make a few bits and pieces and just sort of hide it in a little compound with a fence around it or something like that. Right, let's connect it all up and see how it works. Okay, here it is, all wired up. The processor unit there merrily flashing away. It's got about 4 billion LEDs all over it. Like I said, I'm going to put it in some sort of building, so that'll all be hidden eventually. The 2 gate modules, the level crossing that we've got so far for the layout is only a narrow gauge one. Obviously on a full size line there'd be another 2 gate modules, so you'd have 2 which close initially and then 2 more would close afterwards to completely close off the line, stop people trying to go around them. But on a light gauge railway they probably wouldn't bother, they probably just have 2 gates. So we have a proximity sensor here, which if I wave over it, you have to get close enough. I can reprogram the distance if needs be. And there's a timer built into the control, so if the same sensor gets triggered several times in quick succession, say for example by various carriages on a train going past, then it won't keep opening and closing the barriers. But then the other sensor gets set off. There you go. And both gates open. Either sensor will set off the whole sequence. So for example, if I go back, I'm going to wait for it to time out. It takes about 10 seconds to time out. If I go back to this one's being a bit unreliable for some reason. It was working fine earlier. Right, if I go back to that one then. There you go. Wait for it to close. and then give it about 10 seconds to reset. Talk amongst yourselves, and then wave over that one again. It's probably still resetting. There you go. I might have to investigate why that sensor's being a bit stubborn. So it was working fine earlier. Got a funny feeling it's something to do with these ridiculously long wires I've now attached everything to. No, it's working now. But anyway, you get the idea. The LEDs are being built by Archie, who's bringing them along on Sunday, so I've got to wire them all up when we get there. Shouldn't be too much of a problem because I've got all the plugs and sockets and everything ready to go. I just need to wire up the LEDs, put a bit of cable on them, put the other end of those plugs on them, and away we go. I mean, it's a trial run. It probably won't work perfectly. If it does, brilliant. If it doesn't, I'm sure I can fix it in time for the next show, which I think is the county show in June or July. Not 100% sure. But anyway, I'll have a bit of time to play with it and get it working properly. But it's all good for now.